I welcome you to a gentle yoga practice. I hope that you are well, and you should congratulate yourself for finding a few moments to give yourself some self-care. So for today's class, I do want to let you know that we will want a couple of blocks. If you don't have blocks, you might be all right if you just had a wall nearby. I'll explain as we move into that a little bit later in class. But also your trusty blanket. We'll do one or two things from the knees that I think having that extra cushion could really be helpful. So grab what you need and I'll meet you right here on the mat. All right, as you make your way onto your mat, you just find your comfortable seat, whatever that looks like. And if it doesn't look like me, that's just fine. I've got the front of my tailbone is just going to hang right off my blanket. And so the bulky part of my booty is still on the blanket. My tailbone has fallen off the front and is sitting on the mat. That helps just a little bit ease through the hips, but it also gives a lot of nice space to find that link through the spine in such a way that it doesn't feel so laborious. There's more comfort and gentleness to it. So if you'd like to try that, go right ahead. Don't worry if your legs don't look like mine. I'm going to go ahead and invite you to close your eyes or have that soft gaze towards the floor, whatever serves you here. And allow yourself just to drop into this space. And that begins by you just checking in with yourself. Noting how you feel in your physical body. Being willing to support whatever your emotional or mental health body is like today. Just meeting yourself right where you are. You can notice any sounds or smells, anything you can maybe see through the back of the eyelids, anything around you, just noting what is there and then moving on to another thought. And starting to bring conscious awareness to your breath. So how does the breath feel as you take a nice big deep inhale? Where does it feel like that breath can travel? Does it stay deep in the belly? Does it move up kind of into the ribs, up even to the collarbones? Where does your breath go when you inhale it in? And how deep down does that exhale go when you let it all out? Noticing just where you are right in this moment. But allowing yourself to expand that breath when you're ready, expanding and deepening those inhales. Lengthening the exhale. And allowing more space to be filled within. More places to be cleared out on the exhale. And continue just like this. And as you take your next inhale, press the tailbone into the mat. Lengthen through the spine all the way up to the crown of the head, keeping the chin parallel with the shoulders. Let that breath go. Notice the extra space here. Take the breath even deeper. And give it 2 more. Slow exhales. Let that last exhale move through you. Go ahead and flutter the eyes back open. Welcome. We're going to bring the hands and let them stack right at the heart, right at the collarbone. So my thumb and my forefinger are just resting gently on either side of my collarbones, and just let the arms relax, the elbows kind of hold heavy towards the floor. We've got that long spine. We're going to start by making circles or spirals that get larger and larger as we move through each breath cycle. We're just going to move the head in all 4 directions. So we're going to try to keep the chin parallel with the shoulders the whole time. It is a lot easier said than done. Let's begin. Okay, take an inhale in the center, and then exhale the chin forward just a little bit. Inhale the head over to the right, but keep the neck and the chin parallel. Back just a little bit, over to the left just a little bit. Find your breath moving through. And each time gets a little bit bigger. Just getting all that tension out of the neck, out of the shoulders. Make it nice and big. I'm trying to keep that chin parallel towards the front of the room, but if it doesn't work out that way, you're still getting benefit. Now, wherever you are at the end of that exhale, go ahead and switch directions, nice and big. Yeah, stressing out. We're just busting it right on out of that neck and shoulders. You can feel it, you can hear it. And we'll move back in towards center. Let's give ourselves just another couple of breaths to get there. And we'll round it right back into stillness in the center. Beautiful. Take an inhale. Sigh it out through the mouth. Great. Okay, we're going to extend those arms. Fingertips are going to come right behind the hips in towards the booty. So you're going to feel those shoulder blades kind of try to come together. So take an inhale, press the tailbone in, ripple up through the spine, and then slowly send the neck up, the chin up rather. Feeling that stretch through the neck. Let those shoulder blades kiss. Heart opens. And let the breath go. And fresh inhale. Bring that chin down towards the chest. Let the spine round back behind you. Come to start slumping over the legs and let the hands come right back to the thighs. Start to shimmy all the way forward. Neck goes forward, crown forward, and then exhale, start to rise up. Spine kind of sees backwards. Inhale, moving through just one more time, just like that. And then exhaling back up into your seat. Beautiful. All right, from here, we're going to let the legs expand long. So we're going to come into a wide leg seated position. And I'm going to tell you, I'm going to come off my blanket. It feels a little bit odd to have that under your tailbone when you've got the legs spread wide. So if your legs aren't as wide as mine, no problem. We're going to press the tailbone into the floor. Take an inhale, lift the arms and the gaze up. And then exhale, bring the gaze back forward and settle the shoulders back in line with the upper body. See if you can flex through the feet. This is a super gentle, cold stretch just to stretch out the back of the legs and to the inside of the legs. So take an inhale and then exhale. Slowly let yourself on that exhale start to let those hands come down to the mat in front of you, feeling into that edge. So if you haven't done much today, this could feel super tight. Reach the crown of your head away. Feel some space in the back of your neck and breathe. Give it 2 more breaths. And see if you can relax those kneecaps. Beautiful. Use your hands to walk yourself back up to seated, and you can bring those legs together. We're going to make our way into table. And from this table, this is a great time to go ahead and unfold your blanket. And let that blanket be right where your knees would go. And if you're using a blanket, or even if you're not, see if you can sit back. Let's give ourselves just a minute to circle the wrists. And send the palms out, and then send the hands, the fingertips down, and then up towards the sky. And circle the wrists. And shake them out. Let's make our way into that table. So we're going to go ahead and let those wrists be right under shoulders. Knees are right under hips. And we're going to set up through a long neutral spine. So tuck that tailbone in just a little bit to find that length. Take an inhale here and let it go. We'll take a fresh inhale, reach the crown and the tailbone up towards the sky. Stretch through throat and tummy. Exhale, round it in. Inhale, extend back up. And exhale, round it in. Inhale, round in. Or round up rather, sorry. And exhale, round it in. And give yourself 2 more breaths. Squeeze the inside of the legs. Beautiful. Inhale back into a neutral spine. Curl toes, take an inhale. And then exhale, send those hips back, stretch through the bottoms of the feet. Release any tension out of the arms, out of the head, neck, and shoulders. Breathe. Inhale into your table, and then exhale. We're going to move into our first down dog. So if you are not feeling down dog today, feel free to stay in that table, and you can move through some more cat-cow. Oh, but if you're in down dog, go ahead and walk your dog. Pedal the feet. Let the head hang heavy. And give it about 3 more breaths. And come into a moment of stillness. Release any tension in the kneecaps. And then let's go ahead and make our way up to the top of the mat. And we'll meet there together in a forward fold. Big bend in those knees. Torso rests on the thighs. Let's take an inhale halfway. Long spine. And exhale, slow release. Inhale here. And then exhale, let's move all the way into our mountain, being nice and slow, gentle with ourselves. Let the feet connect to the mat, ripple up through the spine. Mountain pose. Take an inhale, let the arms come up over the head. And then exhale, palms come down in front of the heart, bow, chin to chest. Give yourself a breath. So we're going to move nice and gentle here to begin, and you're going to want to keep bouncy bounce in your knees. Take an inhale, reach the arms up towards the sky, keep the gaze forward, and then exhale, settle those shoulders. Bend in the knees. Inhale, let the right hand come down, touch the right thigh. Exhale, move through center, left palm down to the left thigh. Over to the left with the right arm. Inhale, opposite side. We'll just move like this for a few more breaths. Allow yourself to tune in to how this feels, and keeping that bend in the knees, tucking in the tailbone, takes that pressure out of the low back. And we want to be gentle with ourselves. Yeah, give it 1 more each side. Go ahead and meet me back down with the hands next to the hips. And then take a fresh inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, bend the knees, arms come down. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, knees bend, arms go back. 2 more. Inhale, arms rise up. Palms can come together. Don't lock the knees, but send the pelvis forward. Maybe there's a little mini back bend. Stretching through the bottoms of the shoulders. Breathe. Inhale. Exhale, gaze back forward, shoulders settle back down, and then as you bring the hands down right in front of you, let those fingers interlace and the palms away. Stretching there a little bit more through the fingertips, through the inside of the arms. Now, if your shoulders went forward, see if you can pull them back in line. I just caught myself. Give it one more breath. Inhale, see if you can let those arms reach up all the way towards the sky. And then exhale, here's your forward fold. Find your side to side sway here just for a breath or two. We'll give it two more. Beautiful. Go ahead and step your feet back. You're going to move into a down dog. We're only going to stay here 2 or 3 breaths, so you can continue to walk the dog or stay still, your choice. Inhale. And exhale, lower those knees right onto that blanket if you've got it, or to the pillow, whatever you've got available. And we're going to come back into table. Reach through the crown of the head just like we did before. And then you're going to make sure that you're strong through this left wrist right under the left shoulder. Take an inhale, send the right leg back. Keep the right foot flexed. And go ahead and bend that right knee so the heel comes towards the booty. Just feel that stretch through that right quad. Give it one more breath. All right, take an inhale. Send the right knee out to the right. Yeah, fire hydrant. It's a little hard. We've got one more breath in it. Take an inhale, extend the leg long, and then with control on the exhale, lower that right foot all the way out to the right. Find the long spine, strength through that left hand. We're going to take an inhale, reach this right arm up towards the sky, and then exhale, let the right hand come down. Inhale, rise up. And exhale, bring it down. 2 more. Inhale, rise up. And exhale. Last one. Beautiful. Drop that right hand back to the mat. Get really strong through this left leg. So find some strength through your core, because pressing into that left leg, tucking the tailbone in, will engage even more of your low core muscles. So you're going to take an inhale. See if you can lift this right leg, bring it back behind you, and then lower that right knee right back where it was. Give yourself a child's pose. Let it all go. Inhale back into your table. Let's do that other side. So strong through both hands. Take an inhale, send this left leg back. And then bend that left knee so that the heel comes up towards the booty. Hold it 2 breaths. Inhale, open that left knee, fire hydrant. Yep, fresh breath. Exhale, extend the leg long, and then let it send itself over with control. Left foot comes to the floor. I've got a wall in the way. All right, right hand right under right shoulder. We'll take an inhale, lift the left arm up. Exhale, drop it down. 3 more. And last one. Beautiful. Take an inhale. Lift that left leg. Send it back behind. Bring the knee in. Child's pose. Release everything. You can even bring the knees wide if you want to make space for the belly just to drop between the legs. Beautiful. Inhale back into your table. Reset those knees under the hips. And we're going to send that right leg long again. Inhale here. And then exhale, go ahead and step that right foot through. So now you're in this kneeling crescent legs. All right. So heel is under knee. Take an inhale, rise up. And then press that left knee into the mat, engage through the core by sending the pelvis in, tucking the tailbone in, and we'll settle these shoulders. So we're going to do the same thing that we did from standing just a moment ago. We're going to inhale, rise up. Exhale, fold forward, arms go back. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, fold forward. Last one. Inhale, rise up. Hold it, hold it, hold it. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Inhale, arms come back down, either side of the left foot. And from here, you're going to kick this left foot over to the left like a little kickstand. Go ahead and start to ripple up like we did earlier. Bring that right hand down, or excuse me, right hand up towards the sky. So here you are in a twist. So check your posture. I can tell right now, even though I can't see myself, I can tell that I'm a little on the fence about where I should be. So I want my right knee to stay over my right ankle. So I'm going to squeeze the inside of that right leg. And then I want 90 degrees from my knee to my booty. And I want my shoulders in line with this right knee. My left foot being kicked out to the left means that I'm supported. Give it one more breath. Beautiful. Right hand comes down. Send this right knee back. Child's pose. Lots of those today. Release where you can. Let's take an inhale, rise back into that table. We're going to repeat the same thing on the other side. So take your inhale, send that left leg long behind you. Fresh breath, bring knee to nose, step this left foot through. Here we are in a kneeling crescent once again, ankle under knee. And then that knee doesn't fall out to the left or fall in towards center. It's right over the ankle. Inhale, rise up. And once you get here, press the right knee in, engage through the core. Here is your stability. Settle the shoulders. Inhale. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, rise up. Last one. Inhale, rise up. Hold it. You can even curl those back toes if that might feel nice. Inhale, lower down. You're going to take this right foot and kick it out to the right just a little bit so you feel stable. Right hand plants inside of the left foot, and then you're slowly going to turn yourself so you can open. So you might have to open before you kick the foot out. If it's fine to leave it straight behind you, great. If not, move it. So let's check those things. You can shimmy the foot back if you need to bring the ankle under the knee. And then you're squeezing the inside of the leg to find the twist. Take an inhale here. Exhale, bring that left hand inside of the left foot. Send the left knee back. There's the child's pose. Let everything go. And give it one more breath. And wherever you are, you're going to start to roll that spine, curving it back behind you, just like we did earlier, to bring your weight up onto your heels over your booty. And then if you've got the blanket, go ahead and give yourself a moment to move that out of the way. Our next postures will be standing postures, so we won't need that blanket. So you're going to roll up. There's a little stretch through the quads. You can even roll the spine back and get a stretch and an opening through the shoulder blades. Give it one more breath. Inhale, start to rise up through the spine. We'll take a fresh breath, reach the arms up over the head, and then exhale to make our way into table. Curl toes, inhale, and then exhale into your down dog. And once you get into this down dog, take an inhale, lift the left leg up behind you. Feel free to bend the knee to open the hip. And circle that ankle, point and flex the foot, strong through both arms. And straighten the leg, take an inhale. And then bring knee to nose, step that left foot through. Right heel comes in towards center. You've got warrior two legs. We'll take a fresh inhale, rise up, and then settle into warrior two. So warrior two, hips are open. So we have a tendency to take this back hip and let it rotate towards the top of your mat. Nope, open it up. So the hips are to the side, the shoulders are over the hips, and then we're going to make sure that that left knee is right over the left ankle. Still squeezing just like we did from that seated posture, or that four-post posture. You want to squeeze the inside of the leg so the knee doesn't fall out to the left, but it's also controlled where it doesn't fall in either. Arms into a T. Head turned so the nose can point towards that middle finger on the left hand. Put your right hand on your right thigh and turn this left palm up. On our next inhale, we're going to straighten the left leg and reach the left arm up over to the right. It's a modified version of reverse warrior. Here we go. Inhale, exhale, straighten, straighten, straighten. Reach, reach, reach. Inhale, straighten the arms back into a T. Send the left fingertips forward, starting to lean in towards the left and then down. I'm going to bring my hand right down to my ankle for triangle pose. So if the upper body is leaning forward, you're going to bring that right shoulder in line with the right hip, and the upper body is back towards that left thigh. Reach through the crown of the head. The gaze can go up towards that right thumb. One more breath. Bend the left knee, right hand comes down, spinning on the ball of the right foot. Make your way into down dog. And give yourself 2 breaths. All right, inhale, right leg reaches up towards the sky, and then that knee can bend, foot can circle, ankle can circle, hip can open. Strong through both arms. You know, I've been teaching for 5 years, and I still have to remind myself to straighten my arms when I've only got 3 post points on the ground. All right, straighten the leg, take an inhale, and then bring knee to nose, step this right foot through. Left heel in towards center. Here's your warrior 2 legs. We'll inhale, rise up. Settling into warrior 2. Check all of those same things. Check that the hips are open. Upper body is over the lower body, not leaning forward. Let's bring that left palm down to the left leg. Turn that right palm up. Inhale, straighten right leg. Reach right fingertips over. Modified reverse warrior. Inhale back to warrior two, arms, straight legs. And then we'll move forward and down, finding our triangle. Check in with that upper body, nice and long through the neck. And give it one more breath. Inhale. Make your way back into your down dog. Give yourself an inhale through the nose, sigh it out through the mouth. And take an inhale, come into tabletop. And I'm not going to tell you to put your blanket under your knees because we're not going to be here very long. Curl your toes, take an inhale, and then exhale, hover those knees right above the mat. You don't need a cushion for that. Breathe, 3 breaths. Beautiful. Slowly lower those knees and the hips back. Child's pose. Rest it out. 4 breaths. Take an inhale, make your way back into your table. We're going to lift those hips into down dog. And hold it 2 more breaths. Release those kneecaps. If the eyes are open, the gaze is at the kneecaps. Beautiful. Walk those hands back towards feet. Let's meet at the back of the mat in a forward fold. Feel into the low body. How you feeling? Now let's take an inhale halfway. And exhale to release. Inhale here. And exhale, slow rise. Honor that low back. We'll make our way into our mountain. Beautiful. Inhale, arms and gaze rise. And then exhale, bring those hands down in front of the heart. Let your gaze go to your soft focal point. And we're going to move into tree or ash tree. I'm going to give you 2 choices. I named ash tree after myself and my favorite way to do tree, but you do you. All right, so I'll show you both versions. So you've seen regular tree, right? And that inside of the foot could come anywhere up the leg. We like to avoid the knee, if at all possible. You can even keep the foot on the floor. If you want to lift it a little bit, this is where you could move into having a block right on the inside of the leg, where you could still get the hip opening benefit of tree, but let the foot rest on a block. So you've got choices here. You're creating muscle memory if that's all you want to do today. All right, so we're going to move into, that was regular tree. This is ash tree. So you keep the right foot, or you keep the foot flexed and keep the knee lifted. That opens the hip. It's a little more pressure on the glute and on the legs. You get a little bit more work there, but again, your choice. All right, hands at the heart, gaze at something that's not moving. So you just want to be listening to me, tuning into the sound of my voice, and not worrying about watching me because I will be moving. All right, find your soft focal point. Here we go. Inhale. Exhale, body weight over to that left leg, and then ripple up through your spine, really lengthening through the spine. Tuck the tailbone in, and then we're going to lift this right knee up towards the front. Right foot stays flexed. Open the knee to the side and decide if you want to prop that right foot on the inside of the leg, if you want to prop it on a block, or if you want to lift it into ash tree. And so on days when I'm feeling tired, I like the idea of using a prop to feel supported, but I still get to work on the muscle memory of opening the hip and adding that strength to the leg. Let's give it one more breath. Let's lift that right knee back out to the outside and then to the center, and we'll lower that right foot, center the body and center the breath in the center. All right, take an inhale. And exhale over to the right. Ripple up that awareness through the body. Really get nice and tall. And then we're going to slowly get weight off that left foot. We'll bring that left knee up towards the center and then open it to the left. Decide what you want to do with the foot. And we tuck that tailbone in. Beautiful. 2 more breaths. Inhale, lift that left knee up. Bring it in. Set it down. Center the body and center the breath. And take an inhale, arms and gaze rise. And exhale, find a forward fold at the back of your mat. Just move your block out of the way if you chose to use one of those. And let's walk those hands all the way back into where we're in a plank, and then we'll lower those knees. Make your way back into a table. Curl toes. We're going to do that hover again. So when you're ready, take an inhale. And exhale, lift those knees just a little bit. Hover. And take an inhale here. And exhale, lower those knees all the way down to the mat. Beautiful. Once you get there, swing those legs over to one side. I love that part. Come down to your booty, and we're going to meet right back where we started class. So legs extended wide, feet flexed, pressing the tailbone into the floor, rippling up through the spine, and we'll bring those hands next to the hips. Take an inhale, rise up. And then exhale, nice and slow, hinging at the hips, folding forward. How does this feel now that we've opened these hips? That we've stretched through the back of the legs? That we've introduced moments of strength and stability? And just breathing in and out, give it about 4 more breaths. And keep space in the back of the neck. Last one. Beautiful. Use those hands to walk yourself back up. We'll swing those legs together towards the top of the mat. And then we're going to bend the knees. Once you bend those knees, I invite you to keep the hands right there on the kneecaps, ripple up through the tailbone all the way up to the crown of the head, and then we'll extend those arms out in front, bring the shoulders in line with the upper body. So we've done a couple of things today where we've really let the spine round back and kind of working into that. So we're going to do that here. I'm going to ask you to be mindful of keeping the chin down towards the chest, not gritting the teeth, but being nice and gentle with yourself, but trying not to flop down. All right, here we go. Press those feet into the floor so that you don't feel like you're top heavy. Take an inhale. And then exhale, slow. Make it count like 5 or 6 breaths. Shoulders in line with the upper body. 2 more. Last one. And exhale, completely releasing, bringing those knees up towards the chest or right outside the ribs. Chin parallel with shoulders, so sometimes ponytails get in the way of that. Put a block under your neck if you need that support to make space. And then give yourself just a little side to side sway here, massaging the low back. And there's another circle and pointing and flexing of the feet. Notice any tension on the inside of the legs here. So I'm going to invite you to bring both feet to the floor. This is where the 2 blocks might come in handy, by the way. So I'm going to roll up and grab my blocks and then put them outside of my knees. So you're going to bring the feet to the floor and let the inside edges of the feet touch. Slowly let the knees splay open to either side. And then you can set the height of the block so that you feel like you can really release the inside of the legs. We have squeezed those together throughout the class. And let the arms come into a T, take up some space, and breathe. Nice big deep breaths in and out through the nose. And scan the lower body, see if you're holding tension anywhere. Allow yourself to completely restore here. All right, you can slowly start to bring just a little awareness to your body. Maybe lift those knees back up towards the ceiling, move the blocks out of the way. I'm going to offer you 6 or 7 breaths here for whatever I didn't offer in the class that perhaps your body would benefit from right here, right now. So give that to yourself. And as you're ready, you can make your way into whatever Shavasana will be for you today. And allow yourself to really have that letting go breath in through the nose, sigh it out through the mouth, and rest. As you're ready, you can slowly start to bring some awareness back into this space that we have created together. Wiggle your fingers and your toes. And circle wrists and ankles. Reach your arms up over your head. Give yourself a full body stretch. And then roll over to your favorite side, bringing the knees up close to the belly. Continuing to feel supported by your mat. As you're ready, you can meet me back in a comfortable seat. We'll meet there together with hands at heart center, chin bowed down towards chest. I was listening to a podcast the other day that discussed how as human beings we know the simplest of things, but we complicate it. We take simple messages and we make them more difficult than they really have to be. So our message for today is simple. It's from Lao Tzu, and he said that a wise man once said nothing. May you know kindness, and may you be kind. And until we meet together again, may these simple messages and simple ways of checking in with yourself here on your mat help you check in with yourself off of it. Gratitude. Namaste.